Hunters gather round. Let's have a moment of truth. We all know that feeling, that lingering ache in our gaming hearts. It's the Bloodborne itch. FromSoftware crafted something truly special with their PlayStation exclusive masterpiece. It's not just a great Souls game. For many, it's a contender for the best game ever made. And for years, we, the faithful, have been clinging to every whisper, every fleeting rumor, every cryptic interview snippet that might suggest more Bloodborne. A remake to bring Yharnam to a new generation, a PC release, or do we even dare dream of a full-blown sequel to continue the hunt? But let's be honest, FromSoftware and Sony have remained silent. They rarely even acknowledge the existence of this incredible game and its fiercely devoted fanbase. It's a tough pill to swallow, and even now with the announcement of the Duskbloods, there is a very real possibility that we may never get anything more under the Bloodborne banner. So with that being the case, I wanted to use this video to offer up some games that just might scratch that Bloodborne itch, and maybe help fill that void in your heart that it left behind. These aren't direct replacements, nothing truly can be, but they each offer something that resonates with the spirit and feel of Bloodborne. First up, we have Lies of P, and let me tell you, this might be the highest quality non-FromSoftware Souls game that exists right now. It is seriously good. What's striking immediately is just how Bloodborne inspired it is. The level design, that intricate and interconnected gothic cityscape, feels incredibly familiar in the best way. The combat mechanics, that aggressive, dodge-heavy flow, will feel right at home for any hunter. And the art direction, it's dripping with that dark Victorian aesthetic we all know and love. But Lies of P isn't just a Bloodborne clone. It brings a lot of unique ideas to the table. The weapon assembly system is fantastic, allowing for deep customization. And the story, a dark and twisted reimagining of Pinocchio, is surprisingly engaging and stands on its own 2 feet. If you're looking for a game that captures a lot of that Bloodborne magic while offering its own distinct flavor, Lies of P is an absolute must-play. Next on our list, we're going back to the beginning. If somehow you've never experienced the game that arguably started it all in its modern form, then it's time to dive into the Demon Souls remake. Playing Demon Souls feels like witnessing the raw DNA that would eventually evolve into Bloodborne. You can see the seeds of its level design philosophy, those intricate and often punishing stages. And even thematically, while not as overtly Lovecraftian, there are definitely those early hints of cosmic horror and unsettling atmosphere that Bloodborne would later embrace fully. The remake itself is phenomenal. It looks and plays incredibly smoothly, a true testament to the power of modern hardware. Going back to the Boltarian Palace and beyond is not just a nostalgic trip. It's a fascinating look at the origins of the modern Souls formula that FromSoftware has now perfected. It's a history lesson you can get brutally punished in the best way possible. Now we're shifting gears a bit. Thymesia is a game that operates on a different scale compared to the behemoths we've already discussed. It's definitely more of a AA title, a lower budget experience. But don't let that deter you because it has some genuinely cool ideas that make it worth checking out, especially for Bloodborne fans. The heart and soul of Thymesia is its combat, and it feels like a really interesting blend of Bloodborne's aggression and Sekiro's focus on parries. It's fast-paced, emphasizes well-timed dodges, and has this unique plague weapon system that adds a cool twist to the offensive options. And for those craving that specific atmosphere, Thymesia's world design and setting are surprisingly reminiscent of Bloodborne. You play as Corvus, a mysterious figure who's essentially a plague doctor in a world ravaged by a terrible disease. The gothic architecture and oppressive atmosphere definitely evoke that Yharnam vibe, albeit on a smaller scale. If you go in with realistic expectations regarding the scope, there's a lot of fun to be had scratching that Bloodborne itch with Thymesia's unique combat and familiar aesthetic. Finally, For all you hunters who also appreciate the beauty of a well-crafted 2D experience, I've got you covered with The Last Faith. Imagine if you took the incredible world and aesthetic of Bloodborne and mashed it together with the fantastic Metroidvania gameplay of Blasphemous. Well, that's essentially The Last Faith. Now, The Last Faith doesn't necessarily reinvent the wheel on its own, but what it does well is borrow the best elements of those two fantastic games. You get that dark, gothic, almost grotesque visual style that screams Bloodborne, combined with the intricate level design, exploration, and satisfying combat of a top-tier Metroidvania like Blasphemous. If you're looking for something in the 2D realm that leans more towards that Metroidvania structure, while still delivering those unmistakable Bloodborne vibes in its art style and atmosphere, then The Last Faith might be exactly what you've been searching for. So there you have it, hunters. While nothing can truly replace the unique magic of Bloodborne, these games offer glimpses into similar worlds, engage with comparable combat mechanics, and might just help soothe that persistent yearning for another hunt in Yharnam. What do you think of my list? Have you played any of these games? Are there any other titles you recommend to fellow Bloodborne fans who are craving something more? Let's discuss it in the comments below. And who knows, maybe one day our cries for more Bloodborne will be heard. Until then, we can hunt on in other worlds. Thanks for watching, and may the good blood guide your way.